Boys, I it's been about a week since we recorded a podcast, but it feels like it's been two because of all the football. This is Red Card Radio. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whenever you're listening from. Thanks for tuning in. Red Card Radio is a weekly look at the Premier League from three friends who support different clubs. My name is James. I support Arsenal. With me tonight is Brad. He supports Chelsea. Down below is Sean. He, I think, still publicly supports Tottenham. I'm not sure if it's Turf Moor Sean yet this year, but he supports Tottenham.
Only away Tottenham.
Yeah, okay, fair. I think Tottenham, their away form is like second or third best in the league, right? Isn't it?
The best in the league. Yeah.
No, it's not. Is it?
Yeah. Well, for the purposes of moving forward, yes, it is.
Okay, all right.
We'll have stats.
By goal differential, it is.
All right. Well, thank you.
Those three have the highest
points accumulated
away.
Okay, look at that. Even though they held a -3 goal difference at the Emirates.
Yeah.
Anyway,
hey, he said, "Hold this for me, sir."
Before you move on, if you can hit that subscribe button, ring the 7 notification bell if you're on YouTube, drop a comment down below if you are on the podcast site. A, thanks for listening. B, follow, rate, review, whatever the podcast site so allows. Drop a comment if you're on Spotify. And of course, as always, listen to the end or walk away. And then when you see that the video is over, click on something on the YouTube to make it seem like you were there the whole time. And Operation Trick Google's always in full effect. And we appreciate you so much for listening and tuning in. And so, yeah, we alluded to it in the intro, but yes, it's been 2 full weeks of football crammed into 7 days. We had, almost, because at the time of recording, we have 1 game from the midweek still yet to play. But 19 games have played so far. London derbies, bitter rivalries renewed, Tottenham doing Tottenham things. Wolves still looking for a 3rd point. I mean, can we all spare a thought in a second for our boys up in Wolverhampton? It's not looking good for them. Not looking good, bruv.
I cannot spare a thought. You spent 3 seasons selling all of your best players for profit, not spending any of it. No, you get no thoughts, no prayers. No, you did all of this to yourself. This is the meme of the guy riding the bike and sticking the stick in the spokes. You did this.
Are we? I was gonna say.
We see that.
Oh, are we on Derby County Watch?
I think we have to be.
We gotta be.
I think
this is Derby. Yeah.
I think we have to be. This is generationally bad. 2 points through 14 games is tremendously bad. So,
are you looking up who gave those 2 points, Brad?
Oh, that's good. That's good trivia. I don't know, but that's good trivia. Is Spurs one of them? Is Spurs one of them?
Just a second.
Isn't it?
What depends on if we played at our stadium or theirs.
I'm pretty sure one of those points is at White Hart Lane. I'm pretty sure.
It depends on where it was played.
Just ask Grok. Grok will tell you real quick. Anyway, I think we kind of have to start at Stamford Bridge, Arsenal Chelsea, or Chelsea Arsenal on Sunday. It was a feisty affair. Would you say, Brad? It was testy.
The Arsenal Chelsea match, yes, it was energetic, chaotic, even like very chaotic for the first 38 minutes, and then never again.
I don't know. I think it was feisty throughout.
It was still feisty, but the chaos died as Caicedo went off the pitch. By chaotic, I mean it was very back and back and forth.
As a question, I don't watch as much Chelsea as you do, but is Caicedo always that wound, like that tightly wound?
No.
Okay. I didn't think so. He seemed to be particularly wound up for this game.
Which I don't know why, but no, this is his first red card in his professional career.
Yeah.
Or straight red card. Yeah, I mean, with 11, I think we win.
I think it's debatable. It's certainly a debatable topic.
Well, my comment to Brad before we were not giving spoilers, but I texted Brad directly and said James is going to be terribly disappointed with this. To a man up for as long as you were to only muster a point.
Yeah.
It's going to be terribly disappointing.
Yes, I was and still am very disappointed that that we only picked up a point. Because
You'd
that was
probably be disappointed 11 on 11. You'd probably be disappointed, but
Yes.
not as disappointed as up a man.
Well, I definitely don't disagree with the thought process that Chelsea were very good in the game and that Chelsea 11 on 11 looked probably like they were the better team and that they could have won the game. I don't disagree with that sentiment in the slightest. But I also think that Arsenal also, I mean, I was going to say Arsenal also looked dangerous, but we hadn't really settled that much. So I don't know. I think I don't know. I think it was up in the air until the red card, and then yes, I definitely think that Arsenal was more in control. And I am disappointed. I mean, we had a beautiful opportunity at the end. There was a cross from the left-handed side that Timber got ahead to. That had he not taken the header, that Gyökeres was right behind, and you would have. It was like right at the 6-yard line, and you would expect Gyökeres to bury a header from 6 yards out. And so we definitely had an opportunity to win the game, and we just didn't.
Though. Not right at the end, but we had We had more than one chance.
You had a number of shots on goal, but I don't remember any of them being terribly threatening.
Right. What I'm saying, like we had, instead of chances, opportunities.
Sure.
That should have or could have led to goals. Or should have led to goals.
I won't disagree with that. Won't disagree.
Also, this should have been a 10-on-10 game, which would have made it one of the most interesting games there are.
I categorically disagree with this idea that Hincapie's elbow should have been a red card.
This arm is up higher than this arm when he jumps. I get arms go up as you jump, right? You want to get maximum force, your elbows are going to go up. When one is higher than the other, you are trying to do something.
Sure. But you're intimating that he's trying to elbow Chalobah. Like that's your claim.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Your claim is that he's intentionally trying to elbow him.
He knew so. I don't know if he knew it was Chalobah, but he knew somebody was behind him, and he wanted extra space, and so this arm goes up first, and bam, black eye.
He jumped, his elbows went up. I think it would have been. Honestly, I think a yellow card was harsh for that moment. I understand why it was given, but I don't think that there was any malice or any intent there. And I know you're going to come back at me and say intent doesn't matter. But I think with elbows, I think elbows do matter. Intent matters.
I don't jump. When I jump, I don't.
You don't jump
one
though.
Arm, I don't throw one elbow.
But you're
higher than the other one.
You're assuming that he's trying to jump directly straight up. I'm not sure that he was trying to jump directly straight up because he's trying to jump and then head a ball. So he's trying to direct a ball and move it. So he's not just going as straight up as possible. He is going to be leaning in a direction, and so using your arms to manipulate your momentum going up into the side, I think is legitimate.
Yes. I'm also not going to argue the part that Caicedo's. I mean, you're wrong, and we both know that you're wrong. But it's not going to go anywhere if we sit here and argue about it.
Well,
I'm also not going to argue that Caicedo's red was a deserved red.
Yes,
100%, but not 100% of the time.
And before you move on to that part, can we just kind of highlight the shameful aspect of Caicedo rolling around on the ground, acting like he was hurt?
1,000%
to try and deflect the idea that yes, okay. As long as we all agree that was shameful.
Okay. Yes. I am on board with Caicedo's red, especially given his antics.
Yes.
Afterwards.
Yes.
Is it really a card though if you don't try to pretend that you're also injured, that you are also a victim of this coming together?
Apparently,
I feel like that's a card.
Apparently,
it's a part of a card.
In the recording sphere, is like he's faking an injury so that you show sympathy. Put that yellow card away and bring out your red one.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if this happens on the English broadcast, but in America, we at least get the NBC. If it's NBC announcers, they for some reason get the VAR feed into their booth, and so they can hear the
Which we don't.
conversations. I don't know about the English commentary, but I know we don't. It doesn't get broadcast to the audience, but at least the announcers
Right.
hear it. And I think it was Graham Lasso was talking about how the VAR was telling Anthony Taylor about how they thought that Caicedo wasn't actually injured and that he was faking it. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, all right, Brad, are you disappointed with the draw?
Yes.
Same, bro. I'm disappointed that the game was drawn.
And I'm still disappointed with 10 men. Like, I feel like this was still a winnable game with 10 men.
I don't think it was.
So, like,
I'm not sure it was winnable for you, but
we held y'all off for like 20 minutes or
yeah. And then when Saka came
20
on,
minutes.
when Saka came on, he got.
Saka was on the whole time. What do
I
you
get
mean?
it. I get it. When he came back, he cuts back, and Cucurella is just dead to rights for my man's, and it's a goal. It was the first. It was the first time he really tried to cut the ball back. So
yeah,
in that way, like to chop him and try and play it that way. It was really nice. It was a nice goal.
It was the one time we were ball watching.
So
blame on Gusto on the back post, but it is what it is. We had a solid defensive effort because I think that really was like your one true chance.
No, we also had the second one with Timber taking the ball off of Gyökeres' head at the end.
At the very, very, very end. Right. But two chances in 50 plus minutes.
Didn't Declan Rice have a nice shot at some point?
Sanchez had to take a save or two, but they weren't like, it was like shots outside the box. It wasn't like one-on-one scoring the goal.
The problem is it was so long ago in terms of like all the other football that I've watched that it's kind of a bit out of my head.
Correct.
So speaking of Arsenal players, is Joel going to be put on watch for how long Sunderland's going to be above Newcastle? Because I don't know how much of the other games we wanted to highlight, but Sunderland getting another win and just hopping along in 6 is pretty incredible.
Hold on, but it's another win and it's a draw away at Anfield in the midweek.
Yeah.
So like
and they drawed midweek.
Like 4 big points against Bournemouth, who have been playing well. I mean, Bournemouth have been kind of on a down patch right now, but generally speaking, Bournemouth have been good so far this year. And then on top, so they get a big win against Bournemouth at the weekend, and then get a point away at Anfield. And they probably could have and may have won the game at Anfield if it wasn't for Chiesa running 90 yards to save the ball off the line.
90 yards behind the goalkeeper off the line.
It's like it could have been a tremendous week for Sunderland. I think it's interesting though, because I did see a note today about AFCON is that they're going to lose 7 players to AFCON starting mid-December.
Sunderland.
Yes.
15th. Yep, the 15th.
And so I wonder how much that's
probably
going to impact
probably earlier than that, because a lot of players were extremely offended and are going to go when they're supposed to go.
Well, FIFA gave it.
I don't know if you guys.
No, FIFA has given the clubs permission to retain their players until the 15th.
Yeah, so they won't have much say.
So it becomes not a player's call whether or not they. Like, I guess you.
Okay. Okay. Are you telling Mohamed Salah you can't go? Yeah. Like
yes.
Yeah. Yes.
He's under contract. He has no say in the matter.
Maybe it's different because he's a little older. Maybe he doesn't need the training camp. But there were a lot of players that were really offended by that. And they were like, would you ask European players to do that for the Euro if it were in season? No, absolutely not. You would not.
I think that's a fair point. They might be offended, but I also don't think they have a leg to stand on, because FIFA is the organization that protects their time away for the national teams. And if FIFA says that this is the day that you are required to release the players, the clubs are going to say, I have you until December 15th. You got to play up until December 15th. And if the player's like, no, well, then the player's probably getting fined, probably getting some sort of suspension from the club.
If there's a mass exodus
of
players, if all of the United players just go, are you just going to suspend?
Yes.
Because that's Mazraoui, that's Mbeumo.
Clearly,
I think there's one more that plays all the time.
Clearly, United can't stop the players from getting on a plane and flying to their national team camp.
I'm just saying.
Then you're in breach of contract. And that opens up a whole other can of worms that I don't think the player, FIFA, nor the Premier League want to get to, where
Actually,
the players will be like, okay, I will wait.
Okay.
I'm here for it. I'm
Okay.
actually here for that.
If
I want
yeah,
all the.
if I'm in
We're
if I'm
all
in
in
Wemo,
that.
I say, okay, release me. Go right ahead. I'll find another team tomorrow. And good luck with your season. Y'all are
Well,
trash.
what they
I don't want
probably
to hear
do
anything.
is they say, hey, bro, go train with the U23s.
Yeah, it's probably yeah, you probably couldn't go sign with another player. Anyway,
Oh, yeah.
who knows what's going to happen? I hope it happens. I hope they all go on strike. That would be great. I would love to see that. That would be fantastic. But yeah, so I don't know. We'll see how Sunderland fare through December and January.
Yeah.
But they're doing fantastic right now. Where are they up to? Like they're 6th right now after the midweek games. They could, in theory, they could drop a little bit if United win tomorrow against West Ham, which they probably will. So maybe they're 7th tomorrow. But shout out Sunderland. Big things, man.
Speaking of Newcastle, can anybody explain to me if you are in a headlock with your the back of your head underneath somebody's armpit, how you could then look at a ball that is in the air?
That's a very astute question, Sean. You clearly must be talking about the penalty that Bentancur committed against Big Dan Burn in the midweek Newcastle Spurs match.
My gripe is the explanation. They said it was that he did not look at the ball to play the ball.
It's like the American defensive wide receiver for defensive pass interference doesn't look for the ball.
Sure. But if the offensive receiver had the defender in a headlock so that he could not turn around, then that would be an offensive pass interference.
Yes.
And I'm saying it was my adjudication was that it was two players jostling equally offensive, which would they would negate each other out. But if the VAR came and the explanation was Bentancur was directly impeding Burns' attempt to play the ball, I've got no argument with that. I don't like it. I still would probably be a little upset, but if that was the argument, I'd be like, okay, well, he is impeding him. I can agree with that. He is in the way. But he didn't make an attempt to look at the ball. Well, he can't. So what do you want him to do?
I think the most damning aspect of the entire situation is that the ball is headed on directly to where Dan Burn would be, right? And if the ball is headed anywhere else, like if it's headed at the goal and the keeper makes a save and it deflects to where Dan Burn is, or if the ball is, if it's not coming directly to where Burn would have been had he not been wrestled to the floor, then I think that was the harshest part of it. But yeah, it kind of that precedent would incentivize players, like offensive players, stopping defensive players from looking.
To just be like, say uncle.
It's if you haven't seen it, I would highly recommend going and checking out the highlights of the Newcastle Spurs match and let us know what you think, because I agree with you, Sean. I think it was two players both jostling. Bentancur probably started the jostling. He probably initiated the contact, and then Dan Burn certainly finished the contact.
It does not help Dan Burn that he is 6'7", and that is not his fault. So his arm would probably naturally go over.
Stop, Brad.
He's just he's a very big person. But I think what gets overlooked with the bicycle at the end of the game is that before that, the incredible athleticism of it is that he has to get off the ground, locate the ball, and then bicycle it from Romero. Before that, he gets absolutely Greco-Roman hip tossed on the play.
Yeah.
He gets tossed to the ground. That would probably be a penalty had he not bicycled a goal in. The reason he's on the ground is he is yeeted across the box.
Can we spare a thought? I don't understand how that ball made it. It was the slowest bicycle kick goal that I've ever seen in my life. And it's just, he hits it off his shin and it goes past like 4 people, and Ramsdale sees it super late, and so he can't get to it because it's passing 8 people. But like how nobody lays a foot to it or a thigh to it is incredible to me. I think that the Newcastle players were like, I thought we just suplexed this dude. How is he back up here?
Yeah, I think they were just in shock that he got the kickoff. and they were not prepared.
But also Bruno Guimaraes coming into the second half there for Newcastle changed the game for them. He sat the first half and he came in and absolutely
Rocket.
yeah, he changed the way that Newcastle was playing. Yeah, talk about super sub. Eddie Howe absolutely got that one right.
Yeah, I said that his goal was unstoppable. Like Vicario, maybe he could be in a better position. I don't know. I don't know if he's even getting the way he struck it. I don't even know if the best position goalkeeper is getting to that. And also, the Spurs' first goal was not. There was nothing Ramsdale could do. Near post, diving near post, goes near post. He's not getting to it.
It's the defender's
past him before he even. Yeah, it's the defender's fault for letting him get across.
Yep.
But yeah. By the time it hits his head, it's already past Ramsdale.
Yeah. In the same way that, like, if you, I'm thinking about this from the Arsenal game today, but the goal that Mikel Merino scored today, it's on the center back for letting Merino get around to the front of him. So, I mean, yeah, Romero's first goal was tremendous. It was so strong. But I think you've got to be happy with a draw at St. James Park.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. If we could just convince the FA to let us only play away games for the rest of the year, I'm pretty sure all the other teams would be happy with this. Like, you get another game at the Emirates, you'd be happy with that, right?
Yeah,
I think all teams would sign up for this. We just play all away games and we'd be good.
I'm okay with that.
Champions League next year.
I'm down for that, but I have a question though, because I just clicked on Match Week 13, right, on y'all's game.
We didn't play a game in Match Week 13. We only played one.
How did Kudus end up with man of the match and y'all lost? Confused.
I think his goal was really nice.
Because I think he put gravy on the since we just crossed over Thanksgiving, I think he put gravy on the turkey from Christmas or Christmas Vacation, where it just is dry and when you carve into it, it just explodes and air comes out and there's just nothing. And he put gravy on it, like that made him man of the match somehow. I don't know.
Yo, his goal was nice. His goal was nice.
He put a bow on a trash bag.
I do. I feel bad a little bit for Spurs for that Fulham result, because the first goal, Vicario, is just like, there's nothing he can do. It's another deflected goal, and nothing Vicario can do. The second goal is really bad, because if Vicario is going to be 40 yards away from his goal, he either needs to boot the ball all the way down to the other keeper or send it 90 rows into the stands. Like, trying to play it out 40 yards away from your goal was not the play.
Here's the play. We're at home. Boot it into the stands and let your ball boys be ball boys and hold that thing until we're back in position. Or crazy thought, turn around and boot it over the end line for a corner, and then everybody's got to get set before the referee will allow it.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
Just make it a corner kick. Anything but what he did.
Because the thing about
he knows. He was disappointed. He was mad. He knows. There's no reason to berate him anymore. But
I'm not berating him.
I know. I kind of was, but like, there are plenty of decisions that he could have made. I think he wishes he would have.
I think also the Spurs defense, the defenders let him down a little bit, because like, because that was on the left side of the pitch. If you're the right back coming back, you got to see that your goalkeeper's 45 yards away from his goal, and I think you got to try and get back to the line. And maybe you don't save the goal. Maybe you don't, but I think you got to try. But
I think it was a little bit more of those defenders on the far side thinking, well, there's no way he's gonna.
Sure.
He always boots it. You know what I mean? Like, they're probably like, there's no way he. Oh my gosh, he did. Like, and I got no time to get there.
Did y'all?
Brad?
You just had an epiphany.
Before we jump out of this week, did y'all watch Fulham City and the madness that was that second half?
I'm aware of it.
The whole game. I got to watch bits and pieces during the slow times at work, but 4 goals scored in the first half, 5 goals scored in the second half.
Yeah.
There were no goalies.
Well, the thing about it, speaking of City goalies, I've got a thought for you in a second, but Fulham almost drew the game in like
Almost. They should have.
in the 97th minute. They almost drew the game, which is the most tremendous. Like we're going right now. The media narrative is praising Pep. Is like, look at City. Their foot's on the gas. They're the sleeping giants in the EPL. Arsenal's got to watch out for them because City's coming. They're going to be there, right? Whereas if Fulham get that equalizer, the conversation would be completely different. But yeah, I mean that was an insane game. The fact that Fulham didn't give up down 5-1, and they were the little engine that could. They just kept plugging along, choo choo, and scoring goal after goal. I mean, big ups to Hale and South. Like they did their thing.
Yeah, that was huge.
We'll wrap with trivia. The 2 points that Wolves have scored, they drew Brighton at home at the Molineux.
Yep.
Okay.
And they secured a point at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Those are their 2 points.
No.
That's fantastic. Yeah. That's fantastic.
Wow. Coincidentally, in back-to-back weeks, but
Wolves, I don't think Wolves would sign up for that an extra home game against Spurs. They want all they come in for that win at White Hart Lane. Anyway, that's all we got. There were too many games for us to get into it specifically for every team, but there was a lot of football last week. A lot of football, and so. That's all we're going to do in this review episode. We'll be back tomorrow with a preview episode of round 15, back to a little bit regular scheduled programming, because I think next week is just regular, no midweek next week.
Europe.
Because it's Europe next week. All right, cool. So regular week for us next week. All right, cool. So we'll back into it. Check back with us on Friday, and we will have the preview of round 15. Hit us up on social media. That guy is at KSBradG. Down below is at Whitehart_Sean. I'm at James Tiffany. Collectively, we can be reached at redcard_radio. Drop a comment down below. Join the Discord. It's in the description. Until then, I hope you guys enjoy the one game that's happening in the EPL right now. That's West Ham, Manchester United. And we will be back tomorrow to break down round 15 at the weekend for you. Until then, have a good one. We will talk to you soon.